Welcome to the channel, you bunch of hungry devils. Today we're tackling a bloody kitchen staple, the humble egg. Don't think for a minute that this is beneath you, because even a Michelin-star chef knows the power of a perfectly cooked egg. We're taking this from the bottom up, showing you how to master the basics so you can transform this simple ingredient into incredible meals. Whether you're a complete disaster in the kitchen or you fancy yourself a bit of a whiz, pay attention. This isn't some amateur hour cooking show. We're going for perfection every time. So grab your aprons, sharpen your knives, and let's get cracking.
First up, scrambled eggs. This isn't rocket science, but some of you lot make a right mess of it. Start by cracking your eggs directly into a bowl. No bloody shells, you hear me? A splash of milk or cream is optional, but it'll give you that lovely creamy texture. Now whisk the hell out of those eggs until they're smooth and well combined. Don't even think about using a fork. You want to incorporate some air for light and fluffy eggs. Over medium heat, get your pan nice and hot, then add a knob of butter. Let it melt, but don't let it burn, you hear? Now pour in your egg mixture. Let it sit for a moment, just until the edges start to set. Then, with a spatula, gently pull the cooked eggs from the edges towards the center, allowing the uncooked egg to flow underneath. Keep doing this until the eggs are mostly set, but still slightly runny. Remember, they'll continue to cook from the residual heat, so don't overcook them. Season with salt and pepper, and for God's sake, taste it before you serve it.
Next up, the infamous fried egg. It's all about controlling the heat and timing, you hear? Again, get your pan on medium-low heat this time. Add a touch of butter or oil, just enough to coat the bottom. Now crack your eggs directly into the pan, keeping them separate so they don't stick together. You want the whites to set evenly, and the yolk? Well, that's up to you. If you like it runny, like a proper chef, then keep an eye on it. If you prefer it cooked through, you can spoon some of that hot oil over the top to help it along. Just don't you dare overcook the yolk. It should be soft and luscious, not rubbery and hard. Season with salt and pepper, and you're good to go.
Now let's talk about boiled eggs. It's not exactly brain surgery, but some of you lot managed to screw it up. First off, gently place your eggs in a saucepan. Don't just chuck them in like you're playing dodgeball. Cover them with cold water, bring it to a boil, then immediately take it off the heat. Now cover the pan and let those eggs sit. The timing here is crucial. 9 minutes for a soft yolk, perfect for dipping your toast in. 12 minutes for hard-boiled, ideal for salads or deviled eggs. Once they're done, drain the hot water and run cold water over the eggs. This stops the cooking and makes them easier to peel. And for God's sake, peel them properly. No one wants bits of shell in their food.
All right, you've mastered the basics. Now let's talk about putting those egg skills to good use. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, even for you lazy sods. Start with your perfectly cooked eggs, scrambled, fried, however you fancy. Now toast. None of that soggy, pale rubbish. You want a nice golden brown with a bit of crunch. And while you're at it, fry up some bacon or sausages. Get them nice and crispy with a bit of char on them. And to top it all off, a side of fresh fruit or a simple salad. There you have it, a breakfast fit for a king, or at least a king of the kitchen.
Who says eggs are only for breakfast? For a quick and easy lunch or dinner, try whipping up a simple omelette. Start with your scrambled egg base, then get creative. Sautéed vegetables, mushrooms, onions, peppers, whatever you fancy. Add some cheese for richness or some cooked meats for a more substantial meal. Fold that omelette over, let it cook through, and boom, you've got yourself a delicious and satisfying meal. Serve it with a side of roasted potatoes, a fresh salad, or some crusty bread for dipping. See, eggs aren't just versatile, they're bloody brilliant.
Right, you lot, that's enough for one day. We've covered the basics of cooking eggs, so now it's up to you to get in the kitchen and start practicing. Remember, there's no room for error in my kitchen, so make me proud. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more culinary masterpieces and kitchen nightmares. Until next time, happy cooking. And for God's sake, try not to burn the place down.